Hello the internet, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do another Moon Eagle Academy video, so a how-to video basically. And one of the things I was going to talk about today, because I was planning on doing this for myself anyway, is doing a little candle magic. So candle magic is one of the simplest spell works that you can do, and because it just requires a candle, something usually to, if you want to draw a symbol on it or write a name on it, then you can use like the end of a ballpoint pen to like kind of scratch into it, or you can heat up a needle and use that if you want to really have a nice cut through. And then a lot of times people will use an anointing oil. Sometimes they'll make it themselves. I have a few that I use, but I also sometimes will buy oil, and I actually have, this is called Steady Work Oil. So I use this to draw in new clients, new opportunities, all sorts of things. And this is pretty good oil because every time I've used it, I've had money show up. Either as a new client, new opportunity for me to teach, sometimes just finding money is another thing. But it helps to keep, I like using my talents and gifts to bring wealth in. So it's a great oil for me, and it's made by a local store called Moonstruck, and I'll have a link to them down below in the description box. So, but they do good work. So, so you're basically going to want to have your candle, and since this one is kind of for like work and prosperity, I have selected a green candle, and I love these little green candles. You can also, I get these at Moonstruck as well, because they're convenient. But if you don't have a little candle like this, you can use a taper candle, a votive candle. The only thing I would say not to use is a tea light candle, because it's really hard to get any kind of anointing oil on them. It's hard to like write anything on them because of the very flat shape of them. So a votive, a taper candle. If you're doing some big stuff, maybe a pillar candle, but I like the small ones because they don't take too awfully long to burn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this candle, and as I said, it's green because it's working with money and work. But if you were doing something else, like if you were trying to draw love into your life, you might want to do a red or a pink candle. If you're doing something for opening up your awareness, communication, vision, creativity, you might use a blue candle, yellow candle for more vitality, or lifting the mood. Orange also for working with the body, different things like that. And I use purple candles a lot when I'm doing spirit work. So if I'm doing psychopomp work, I'll use a purple candle. Now those are just ways I do that. You don't necessarily have to follow that. You can follow your own system, and there's plenty of systems out there that say this candle is for this. But as long as you have a clear intent and it sort of makes sense to you. I use black candles for protection, and sometimes if someone's being real persistent, to just send their energy back at them. I don't do that very often though. If you can't get the right candle color for what you do, use a white candle. Those can work for just about anything. They reflect all the colors, so you can always just do that. But I like if I can get the right color for what I'm doing. It's just more symbolic for me. But again, you use what you can get a hold of. So I'm going to scribe the rune on this candle for Fehu, because Fehu is like a rune of money and wealth and acquisition. It's a rune of prosperity. It's a rune of attainment is what I think of. So I've kind of put that on there. I guess I could put it on more than once. I don't think I really need to, but I'll put it on so you can see it from either side. And if it's not perfect, that's okay. It's all intent. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my oil, and as you can see, I've had this for like over a year. And you just use a little bit, like you tip it over, wet your finger, and you kind of take it out, and I'm Just kind of going down the length of this as I'm slowly turning from the base all the way to the wick. And sometimes I'll take another and I'll just kind of go around and spin it up towards the top too. Now some people are very particular about how they dress their candles as well. And that's great if that works for you, but simplicity is what the name of the game is for me. So then you'll take it and you'll empower your candle before you light it and put it on your altar, or set it in a safe place to burn. Don't leave your candles unattended. That's very important. So I actually have a picture over here that is like a mandala for prosperity, so sometimes I'll turn towards that. I'll drop my awareness into the heart, and I'll take the candle between my hands, usually place it at heart level, and then just allow that candle to be infused with the energy of prosperity and abundance and opportunity. Sometimes I'll blow into it, put my intention into that breath, and now it is ready to go. So it's really just that simple. I'm going to light it and put it on my altar. Got my little candle holder, my little stars in the night sky. I like that. And I have to plan around this when I'm at the office. Like, I want to do this first as soon as I've opened the space, because I want this to burn completely down. So it's lit, and we place it on the altar. I need more space on this altar. And it's done. So I will let that send its energies out into the universe. So candle magic is a very, very old form of magic. And you see this done in a lot of religious practices, lighting candles. The saints going into a cathedral or a church sometimes, and they'll have where you put a little donation in and you get a candle and you light it and say a prayer for somebody. And it's just like the idea of adding light to an intention, or taking the light of the fire and transforming your intention and sending it into the realm of spirit. So these are just very simple rituals, or very simple ways to work with energy, that you have something physical that you can do to sort of get the body involved, get your mind involved, and harness your creativity. Like I said, you can be very creative with the selection of colors. You can be very creative with what you carve in onto the candle, like a symbol. You could do sigil works. You don't have to use runes. You can, if you're doing a healing prayer for somebody, if you have their permission, you could write their name on the candle. So really the sky is the limit. So I hope you found this helpful. Let me know in the comments if you want to know a little bit more about these or other topics you would like information about. And I would be more than happy to share what I know with you guys. Okay, so until next time, peace and blessings. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. I hope you liked it. If you want to help support the channel, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified whenever I upload a new video. If you'd like to support my work, there are links to my website down below where you can book sessions with me, or simply leave a PayPal donation. You can also join my Patreon community for extra perks like weekly prayer ceremonies and monthly group healing events. If you can't afford to do that, you can always just show your support by simply liking the video, leaving a comment, and sharing it on social media. Until next time, peace and blessings.